Hi guys, and welcome to Unity tutorial of a bridge over a stretch of water and a car driving on the bridge. On the bridge we also have the street light or motorway light, then we have some boats around, and right at the end of this bridge are buildings and so on. But let's run it and you see how it works anyway. But in the middle of the road we have some obstacle that you have to avoid. If you don't avoid the obstacle, this is what will happen. So let's start with the program. There goes the car. There we go. You see that? That's what happened. Get smashed. Okay, and unfortunately you see what's just happened to your car. Alright, and look at the other car here coming this way. So you have to be careful when you are driving along the road. So let's go with the car. Yeah, there we go. We're just trying to get up some speed, and it's heading towards the city that is way right after the bridge. And there we go guys, we're now approaching the city that's way out there. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take you guys to Unity development environment and we put one of these together. So let's do that now guys. Okay guys, let's start work with this project, but before we go any further, you will notice I've imported the following from the asset store itself. Let me show you guys all of these, all sky free, that's from the asset store. Fishing boat, standard asset, of course you do need that. The street props, Victorian street light, and white city. You need all of those 6 different assets. Now you also need this from devasset.com. if you like, you can always contribute to devasset.com. I'm sure they'll be very pleased with that. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to minimize that. The first thing I like to do is I'm going to go straight into the standard asset, this very one. Drop that down and let's go straight to the environment right here. Drop it down, and inside the environment I need water. I believe is this water 4. Inside there you have another project, another folder called water 4. Click on that, then we have the prefab there. Click on the prefab, and in there what I want is water 4 advanced. Drag it, drop it right there. You see that? So the water 4 advanced is right there. So I'm going to scroll down. This is the inspector for the water 4 advanced. Just scroll right down, right here. Okay, I'm going to leave the setting the way it is. The setting on my here for the wave, you can see the direction of the wave is 2.46 and 2.47. actually the default setting is always 0 point whatever, but I'm going to leave it as 2.4 and 2.7 there. I'm going to leave it like that. So that's taken care of. Now let's go back up here. Right up here you see where we have transform. I'm going to change the whole transform. In the first place, the position, I'm going to be the position 0, or if you want you can just reset everything there. Okay, the position is 0. That's the x-axis is 0 there. Then the y-axis, I'm going to make that minus 2.5. and now let's come in here. The z-axis of the position is going to be minus 302. Okay, so let's come, I'm going to leave the rotation the way it is. So I would now come straight to the scale. For the scale, I'll make that about 8. And the y-axis, that's the volume. The volume never increases anyway. So let's come right in here. You see where I have the z-axis? I'm going to make that about 26. And there we go. The water is everywhere. We now have our own ocean. If I run it, this is what you guys will see. There we go. Now we have our own ocean. Okay, we now need a bridge across the ocean. Alright, let's stop it from running. Now the next thing I want to do is I'm going to come straight here, the hierarchy. Okay, drop down create, and in there I want to select the plane. There, I've selected my plane. That is it. Not going to bother do anything with the plane. I'll just leave it there and come right here and set the following on the transform. Look at this transform there. Now the very first one I'm going to say let's say minus 11.8, and the y-axis I'm going to make that minus 0.4 and followed by minus 302. Don't worry, it's not gone, it's right there. So now let's come to the scale. I'm going to make this scale 4. The y-axis, I will leave the volume as 1. You can't change, you cannot change it anyway. The z-axis, I'm going to make that 266. There we go. That is my bridge across the ocean. But before I go any further, I'm going to come straight down here inside the standard asset itself. That's the standard asset. So let me just show it to you guys again, and let's go to where there is, where we have vehicle, or you can select that and let's go for where we can get the material just to change the appearance. Okay, what I'll do is I'm going to come up here. I've already created a material folder. Okay, select that and let's click on material. There we go. I now have a material in there. That very material, I'm just going to call it flow. There, you see the flow. Now make sure the material that you've just created is there. Forget about all this other material that I've created earlier. Okay, I'm just showing you how to create a material, and this I just imported it in there. Now come in straight to where we have the albedo. Click on albedo, scroll right down. I'm looking for splash, something that says splash. Let's keep going, should be there somewhere. Okay, I'm not going to bother looking for it. I might as well just search for it here. I'm going to just type in splash. There we go, right there. So you have a choice. Maybe I should use this splash fine part or splash large part. Let's choose that. I will now drag the flow straight onto there. Look at it, it's given me the form of a road. Look at that. There we go, that's fine. Now what I want to do now is I need just a wall on the side of the road to prevent the cars from dropping straight into the ocean. But before then, let's run it and you see how this looks like. There we go, guys. This is how our bridge looks like for now. Okay, so let's do something about it, because this it looks kind of like blur. So let's find a way to improve on the appearance. So I'm going to come back in here. Let's select yeah, the floor, the material floor, and this one maybe I should make it about, no, I think it's going to be this. I'm going to make that about 8. Let's see how that's going to look like with 8. If that's not too much, then we'll make it 4. Okay, let's see with 4. Let's run it. Okay, I'll say that's not too bad. It can still be improved. Now, let's stop that for now. The next thing I want to do is I'm going to come up here. See where I have my hierarchy. Come right here. And I need cubes. We'll need about 4 of those. 1 here, maybe 2 here, or 1 and 1 here. Maybe just 3. Okay, now let's increase the size of that. First thing first, just bring it up a little bit. Yeah, how about that? So this is very cube. What I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the scale x-axis as 1, and here I'm going to make this maybe about 10. Right, and just push it down a little bit. And here I want to make that about 25,000. Before I go for 25,000, okay, let's say 25,000 across. But the thing is, I need to know how long this is. That's 26. Okay, let's change this to 260, and this one will become 26,000 then. Right, not bad. Okay, now the next thing I want to do is, I think it's dead center. Okay, that will be my center then. All right. Oh, where is it? Okay, click on this and just come in here, press F, or you can just press F5. That is it right there. Okay, now let's zoom in. That's how it's looking. So I'm going to move this across. Yeah, is that about 26? Yeah. Okay, now the next thing I'd like to do now is just to copy it across. Where is the, yeah, that's it. I'm going to now copy it across. You can right click, control, or you can just press Control D, click, drag. We have one here, and repeat the same thing for the other edge. Right click and create your duplicate. Oh, before creating my duplicate, I should have changed the color, but that's all right. Okay. Okay, so what I think the wall should actually be right by the roadside. So let's come in and drag that in here. Okay, and that is approximately minus 35. We can even just create another one, or just click on this one and drag it over there. Okay, there. So let's see how that looks like. Still need to drag this here. Just want to make sure there's no, yeah, I can still see the C in here. A little bit more. Okay, let's run it and see how that looks like before we start adding our cars. There, that's how it's looking. But as you can see right here, this center, this is now centered, so I'm gonna have to get it centered. So let's see, select this, that is 4. Okay, move this centered. Yeah, I think that would do. Okay, so I think that is not too bad now, the way it's looking. So the choice is now yours if you want to leave the road the way it is or change the color. But right there, you can always select that and go back to your material there. There's another type of material that I can use, this very one. You can just type in splash and there we go. So let's see, with that is all black, which is with a bit of white in it. So maybe I will just settle for that. Okay, now one thing we want to do now quick is, you see the walls. Let's change the color of the walls. So it's either you create another material right in here. Let's create another material. I think the material I created is right underneath here. Yeah, so drag it, let me drop it inside my folder called material. So I'm going to change the name of this material. You can gently click on it and just change it. So let's change that to wall there. And the wall, let's come right in here. You see this brick? You can get the brick from anywhere. I just pick up this brick from one of my old programs. So I'm going to select that, drag the brick and just drop it straight inside the albedo for the wall. So what will happen is I'm going to end up with a wall, and the top is going to be sort of like whitish. So I can then drag the wall and drop it inside my first cube. Look at that. And repeat the same thing for the second one, the third one. Drag the wall and drop it in there. And I need to change this to about maybe 16. Let's see. I'm talking about the tiling now. Let's see what 16 will look like. Yeah, that looks a little bit pronounced, but let's run it and see how that's going to look like anyway. Get the camera into the whole scene, but let's see, I can't see it properly. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here. Let's see, let's go back to the material called wall. Yeah, you see this material, I'm going to change the wall because this lining seems to be too narrow, so I'm going to make it 8. There we go. So the drivers will be able to see that in real life. Or let's see, even if I say 4, no, I'm going to make it maybe 6. Yeah, 6 is not too bad. There we go. Okay, now let's set to 4, maybe 6. Yeah, that's how it's looking now. Those are the road markings. Okay, so now a car here. So I'm going to come straight down here. You see inside go back to my standard asset. Most of the stuff we need is inside standard asset. So I'm going to drop a car in there, and it's your responsibility if you want to change the color or whatever. So inside standard asset, you should be able to see vehicle. So you don't want the airplane yet. That would be another tutorial. So let's go straight, click on car and go straight down. You will see prefab, drop it down. Inside the prefab you get a car here. You see that's one car here. Maybe move this car. Okay, leave the car here, and let's just change this to maybe 2, 3, 2. Okay, and I'm going to just rotate that. Let's go for maybe 180, and it's now facing the other direction. But before rotating it, let me say undo. Okay, there's no point anyway, but it's alright. Okay, I'm just going to copy that very car, copy it and just drag it. Where's the car? Right in here. There, that's the car. Right click, duplicate, and drag it across. So we have 2 cars there, and this very one, I'm going to rotate this one by 180. Yeah, that's it. So this very car, my camera is going to be following this. The choice is yours. Your camera you can decide to make sure your camera follow this very one. So we have our cars in place now. So maybe have exposed the car. Okay, let's select the old car properly. Come right down here, collapse. Where's the other car? Straight down. You see, this is a problem. It's good to tidy up. So maybe I'm going to have to tidy up, and because that'll make life easy for the developer. This is okay. This is the second car. Yes, select the car and just push it away. Right, now before tidying up things, it's not much object in there. The next thing I like to do now is, you see this sky, let's change that now. Okay, I'm going to go to Windows, and in here select rendering, and let's select lighting settings, and in here let's come straight down to skybox material, and I will now select this small icon here, and because it's going to be a bright day, so I'm just gonna maybe settle for these or these. I'm going to settle for these. Double click on that and click on OK. There we go. Look at our sky there. That's not too bad. Yeah. Now the next thing we want to do, now that we have our sky in place, I need some city. I need a city, right? That is the car. It's very noisy. Okay, I'm going to stop this. Right at the edge, you can see how noisy it is. Okay, before I start work with this city, what I'm going to do is, you see these walls, I'm going to come in here. That's the wall material. I'm going to change the material to maybe 6. Yeah, I think that's fine. Now let's come back in here, and I'm going to need the city, so maybe double click on this or press F. Come right here and just press F6. Where is it? There. And here, that's where I'm going to enter my city. And the C, first thing first, you see the C is about that. Maybe I'm going to change the size of that to, let's go for about 16. Yeah. And right at the edge here is where I'm going to have my city. So I'm going to come in here now, add a cube. That's the cube right there. So we need to change 1 or 2 things of the cube. The scale, I'm going to make that 2000. Yeah. And I'm going to make the height about 20. And the z-axis, because it's going to be a large city, I'm going to make that about 1000. Yeah, that's fine. So you drag that, just put it right at the edge of the C. There we go. Now before I go any further, I will now change the appearance of this my city that I'm creating using the cube. I'm going to change the appearance. Let's come in here. You see here we have I'm going to create a new material. Come right here and just, let's see, material. Yeah, that material I'm going to call it city flow. Yeah, that's fine. And make sure city flow is selected. I'm going to drag one of these material, maybe this one, drag it straight inside the albedo there, and I will now drag the city flow, click, drag, and drop it right here. Look at that. Can you see that? That's how the flow looks like. If you want to tidy things up, you can change. Let's change the x-axis to 4 and C. No, I don't like that. Let's come in here, y-axis maybe to 4. No, maybe 2. Okay, maybe I'll just settle for that for now, or leave it as 1 1. Alright, that's my city there. Now the next thing I want to do is go straight back, and let's go to the white city, drop that down, and let's select some buildings in there. Now click on prefab. Just click on the prefab, drop it down. We need buildings. There we go. And I'm going to select this 12 and just drop it right here. That's one of my first building there. And I'll just change the size of that to maybe about 5 5 copy that across. That is a 12. Duplicate, and this one, let's rotate it about maybe 0. Let's put 0 there. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, and I can even put it in here like this. Yeah, I can do that. Now I'm going to select both of them together and just press Ctrl D, copy, and move another one here. Okay, we have a very nice building here. Yeah, and let's drag some more in there. This is an high rise, and just put that one in here and increase that to maybe 555 will be fine. I'll make this one about 7. Yeah, I think 5 is fine. It's not just, move it up and just copy, Ctrl D, copy, drag one here, and we will add more of the buildings anyway. So let's just speed that up and I'll get back to you guys.